Sure, I did see Terrence Crawford with a big smile ringside as you were beating up on Teofimo. You know, you have the likes of Andre Ward, Clarissa Shields, Terrence, obviously, and Mayweather backing you up. Do you feel like, you know, at this time, it was almost like a collective win for not just you, but your team as well, after all the, you know, shit talking that Teofimo did? Not just you, but everybody in your team.
Yeah, I got the last laugh tonight. Like I said, I appreciate Floyd, Clarissa, Bud, Andre Ward. I'm glad to have these relationships in boxing. I'm glad to be able to call them and pick their brains and get better at my own craft. So shout out to them. Shout out to my guy, Eddie Hearn. He's been supporting me from the jump. He's a real promoter, and he's probably one of the best.
The celebration had not yet ended when the politics immediately started. Mere hours after Shakur Stevenson delivered a masterful performance to defeat Teofimo Lopez and claim the WBO super lightweight title, the World Boxing Council chose to interrupt the party. They did not send congratulations or a plan for a unification fight. They sent a notice that Shakur Stevenson, a premier pound-for-pound fighter in the world, had been stripped of his lightweight world championship. On the surface, it seemed a routine administrative action, a dull paperwork update. But according to Shakur, this was not about rules or procedures. This was purely about money.
Shakur Stevenson, the WBC, boy, they ain't playing. They low down, boy. They didn't strip Shakur Stevenson of the 135-pound WBC title, y'all. Said due to, you know, the fact of, you know, homicide, Henry Armstrong, you know, after he held belts at, I think, featherweight, 147 and middleweight, they made it a rule that a champion can't hold a belt simultaneously. Now, I was gonna say something about, I ain't saying that just to say it, but I didn't know if they could do that with a single belt or if it was just if they were undisputed. But apparently, you know, the WBC, you know, being low down, being petty, you know, want to follow the rules and say, you know, you can't simultaneously hold two belts.
Stevenson did not simply accept the news. He quickly went on social media to make a shocking accusation that revealed the ugly reality of boxing politics. He labeled the organization crooks and stated that taking his title was not about weight divisions but instead about a payment he declined. The champion says the WBC demanded a huge $100,000 fee from his earnings for the Lopez fight bout that did not even involve their title. When Shakur would not pay, the organization reportedly punished him by removing his belt. This action has the boxing community wondering a serious thing. Are the sanctioning bodies actually governing the sport, or are they simply holding it hostage? To see how serious this is, you must compare the official version to the truth. The WBC issued a carefully crafted statement saying their choice followed their regulations. Their point is straightforward. Shakur Stevenson now possesses the WBO championship at 140 pounds. Because their rules forbid a fighter from keeping titles in two separate divisions at the same time, without an exception, they made the 135-pound championship empty. It seems reasonable enough in theory. It provides them a neat administrative reason to drop a top fighter from their ratings. However, the timing implies something much more deliberate. They did not let Shakur choose which division he would stay in. They did not allow any extra time. They acted with a haste seldom seen in boxing unless finances are a factor.
The reigning WBO super lightweight world champion and consistent with the WBC rules and regulation, the WBC has declared vacant its lightweight world title. The WBC wishes champion Stevenson continued success in all his future endeavors, both inside and outside the ring. Now, here's the thing for me. Yes, I'm sure that it is in the ring. I mean, it is in the rules that that you cannot hold a championship between the WBC and another sanctioning body in two different weight classes. You can't do it. Also, you really can't hold belts in two different weight classes at the same time. That said, I still think that the WBC's move in not allowing Shakur Stevenson to make the decision as to what he's going to do is a little bit of a spit in the face, and it is not the first spit in the face that camp has had from the WBC recently. Because if you recall, Terrence Bud Crawford was the WBC champion after he beat Canelo Alvarez for the WBC belt, and they got into a scrum about the sanctioning fees. And right there, they said, nope, if you say you're not paying these fees, we're taking your belt.
And money is precisely what Shakur states is the core of this entire situation. This was not a simple mix-up. It was a financial deal that failed. Shakur says the group tried to pressure him into paying a sanctioning fee for a bout that was completely unrelated to them. He was competing for a WBO title against a WBO champion. The WBC belt was not involved. Still, according to Stevenson, the organization believed they deserved a large six-figure portion of his purse. His rejection was immediate and personal. He openly said $100,000 for some criminals who do not merit it. No, Lilani, I would prefer to give it to you, my dear. By mentioning his daughter, Shakur made his position absolutely obvious. He would choose to ensure his family's well-being over paying what felt like a fee to a governing body that provided nothing for the event.
WBC championship, they could have given people an opportunity to hold that belt. For example, they could have had an opportunity for him to hold that belt and given him an opportunity to say what he was going to do, as far as staying at 140 or 135. That said, Shakur Stevenson has been saying that he wanted to move back down to 135 after he won the 140-pound title. He said he was planning on staying, made public statements that he was going to be staying at the weight class, but it is what it is now that he's been stripped. So, the options just got a lot more thin from Shakur. So he's going to have to hold on to that WBO belt at 140 pounds and start doing work with guys in the 140.
But there is a deeper and darker layer to this story beyond a basic payment disagreement. Shakur feels he is being singled out as collateral in a far bigger conflict. He directly stated the WBC is destroying itself because of their dispute with Bud. He means, of course, Terrence Crawford, who is Shakur's mentor, training partner, and close friend. The relationship between Crawford and the WBC has been poisonous for years. Crawford was infamously stripped of his own welterweight title before his huge fight with Errol Spence Jr., a move that Crawford also blamed on his refusal to pay excessive sanctioning fees.
And no!
The WBC has a past of conflict with boxers who decline to follow their rules. Shakur thinks he took on this bad blood when he joined forces with Crawford. It is well known that sanctioning bodies can act small. When a fighter criticizes them openly or will not pay the fees that fund them, that fighter often drops in the rankings or loses their title completely. Shakur's angry statement, "because you all have a problem with Bud, so you take it out on me," indicates the group is trying to warn the whole Crawford team. They are basically stating that if you do not pay, you cannot be a WBC champion no matter how talented you are in the ring.
I see Mauricio, got a lot to say about me not paying him $300,000 plus another $100K something for sanction fees, right? They ain't gonna tell me I ain't even apologize. Like, who the f you think I am? Boy, you better slap yourself. Ain't paying your ass. You talking about pay you $300,000? What makes you so better than any of the other sanctioned bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you, the WBC, think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the green belt, which don't mean real belt is the ring belt, which is free. What are you talking about? You want me to pay you more than the other sanctioned bodies because you feel like you better than them. How in the world all the sanction bodies agreed to the same amount, but you sit your ass up there and say that I need to apologize to you? You can take the.
This leads to a crucial understanding about modern boxing today. Shakur's bold reply, "Keep your belt, it does not define me," is a strong message in a time when the worth of these titles is doubted more than ever before. Shakur Stevenson just fought 12 rounds against Teofimo Lopez, a man who has defeated greats, and he made it seem simple. He won nearly every round on the official cards. That fight confirmed his place as a special talent of his generation. Does he truly require a green leather strap to show he is the top lightweight globally? The belt is meant to show you are the champion. But when the group removes the true best fighter in the weight class over a payment argument, the belt loses its significance. It turns into proof of a transaction instead of a mark of supreme skill.
Super middle and makes the fight of the century, beats Canelo, makes $50 million or around that. The WBC absolutely is not going to charge 3% of such an amount. We made a very clear 0.6%, which is $300,000, with $225,000 going to the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, which is to help former fighters in need. And it is just regrettable. Not even a thank you or I'm sorry, taking a different route, no response. I wish him the best. But this is not. The WBC is huge, it's great, it's about greatness, and I'm relieved, to tell you the truth.
The clear irony is impossible to miss. The WBC says it guards the sport's honor, but their moves often seem like deliberate harm to its top stars. By stripping Shakur, they made an empty space at lightweight. Now 2 less accomplished fighters will probably compete for the vacant belt, and the winner will be presented as the world champion. Yet everyone in boxing will know what really happened. The true champion did not lose his title in a fight. He lost it for refusing to pay a fee. This makes the championship worth less, and it puzzles the casual fan who simply wants to see the best face the best.
Shakur Stevenson made it abundantly clear that he's a 135-pounder. He's going up in weight just for situational fights. He just defeated 2-division world champion, former unified lightweight, and now former WBO junior welterweight superstar, Teofimo Lopez, in dominating fashion. He's now 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout. After a beautiful performance, a dominating performance, the WBC, in a rush to do nothing, can't give this dude a week to make a decision on what he wants to do next. This dude, Shakur, has told the world, I'm 135 pounder. I plan on competing at 135 unless there's a situation that presents itself. You got Lamont Roach, who you elevated to the number 2 fighter in the WBC at 135. Right? Shakur says yesterday, I'm willing to fight Lamont Roach. We're going to make it happen. Right?
This scenario also creates a risky example for other boxers. If a star of Shakur Stevenson's level can lose his title for not paying a fee for a fight not for their belt, then nobody is secure. It shows the sanctioning bodies are eager to protect their income sources, even if it pushes away the exact athletes who create the wealth. We are witnessing a change where fighters understand their own brand and their in-ring work mean more than the confusing collection of championships. Shakur is a champion across 4 weight classes. his lasting reputation is already being recorded as exceptional. Losing this particular title may hurt his pride for a short time, but it does not reduce his ability or his appeal to fans.
Ring Magazine belt was free. This is why people like Max Kellerman can't stand these sanction bodies. This is why Max Kellerman doesn't even acknowledge these sanction bodies. This is why Dana White and Turki Al-Sheikh don't want to acknowledge it. They stripped Dmitry Bivol 48 hours after he first became a world champion and held their belt. He didn't even hold the WBC belt for 72 hours. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So you got paid from Sabril Matias, Dalton Smith, Isaac Cruz, Shakur Stevenson for defending his title against Williams Zepeda. And now you want Shakur to pay you again? For a fight you have absolutely nothing to do with. This is the WBO, World Boxing Organization. Has nothing to do with the IBF, WBA, or WBC. And the WBC greedy self wanted Shakur Stevenson to pay $100,000 to them for what? Their belt wasn't in the ring. Disgusting. I can't wait to Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, Dana White, TKO. So everybody complaining about, oh, the Muhammad Ali Act and Dana White coming in. Look at the nasty work that, man, I'm done, man. I gotta go.
So what is next for Shakur Stevenson? He is now in a clear fight with one of boxing's most powerful groups. Trying to win another WBC title is totally impossible for now. He destroyed that connection with his comment calling them crooks. However, by doing that, he has also liberated himself. He is no longer tied to their mandatory opponents or their costly fees. He can now pursue the most lucrative bouts, the historic fights, and the matches that fans truly demand without needing to please a committee based in Mexico City. The latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.
But here it is. If Shakur Stevenson can stay healthy, nobody can beat him. I've seen it before. See, I came up looking at Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. It didn't matter who Floyd Mayweather fought. It didn't matter who Roy Jones fought. You just had a sense that they couldn't beat him. I never thought Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd. Floyd is just, he was just too damn good. And after that Teofimo Lopez fight, I said, I've seen this before. Nobody's going to beat him. And what makes it even crazier is that what he has around him makes it a certainty. Clarissa Shields, Ward, Roy Jones Jr., Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, creme de la creme. You have that around you. You're not allowed to get off track.
Ultimately, this dispute could really benefit Shakur Stevenson. It keeps him in the news. It unites fans who are fed up with boxing's corrupt systems, and it frames him as a fighter against the powers that be. The WBC may have seized the belt, but they could not seize the story. Shakur dominated the ring against Lopez, and now by revealing the hidden financial pressures, he is directing the discussion outside it as well. The title is now empty, but the throne is not vacant. The king simply chose he would not pay for his crown any longer. But we want to hear from you. What is your view on this latest shocking news about the WBC stripping Shakur Stevenson of his title? Let us know in the comments. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.